Hey guys, welcome to my channel After the Review. On this channel we review any item that has been used for a minimum of 3 to 6 months. On today's video we are going to be reviewing the Bajaj DMH Neo 65 liter desert air cooler with a Duramarine water pump. I've also attached a screenshot showing when, where and how much I bought it for. First thoughts, I'm not sure you can see it or not, but the cooler is massive. I mean, it's huge. This is the biggest cooler I've seen so far. Also, I want to state that a cooler is not a replacement for an air conditioner. The best that a cooler can do, let's say in the peak of summer in India, for example, in the afternoons, is bring the temperature down by maybe a few degrees. That's it. Before we go on to the cooler, first we need to talk about how a cooler works. What advertisement companies want you to believe is a cooler actually works like this. But in reality, it works like this. But guys, before buying a cooler or this cooler or any model, I want you to take into consideration how a cooler works. So take an air conditioner for example. What an air conditioner does is it removes the moisture from a room, takes the hot air from inside and throws it out, and takes the cool air from outside and puts it in, basically. And it works due to a compressor, and that's the only way you can keep a room cold, and that's how a fridge works as well. But what a cooler does is it actually takes the water from the bottom part of the unit, takes it on top and pours it onto the sides and the back of the cardboard. You can see here and at the back, and then we have another one at the side here. So after it's done moistening the cardboard, it takes the air that's surrounding the cooler, brings it inside through the cardboard, and then throws it out. I've attached a diagram also showing how that's done, and it makes you feel a little bit cooler. A cooler actually works in dry, hot climates, so that's where it works the best. In India, where it gets damp and humid and the temperatures kind of soar, this you can only use the best time to use this cooler would be somewhere between 9 in the morning till maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon, because if you have the cooler running on with the water function, it will actually increase the moisture in the room. And according to India's climate, where most humid regions are, it does get warmer in the evenings. So what I had done is I have actually left the cooler on running for some time with the water function, and you can see that it actually did. The temperature is about 31 degrees now and the humidity is around 72. That is not ideal actually. If the humidity was a little bit lower, the room would actually feel a little bit cooler. I would like to share a small example of the first time when I used a cooler. What had happened was I've actually used it in my room. I had closed all the windows and doors and I had filled it up with water and let it run throughout the night. So I had gone to sleep, but later that night I had woken up because it was hot and I was wet and sticky. It seemed by closing all the windows and doors, I had cut off all the air circulation into the room, and then the machine was continuously increasing the moisture in the room. That created the extra humidity and extra heat. I had immediately gone and opened the door, and it was much cooler outside than what it was inside, and this was the peak of summer. So that's when I came to know a cooler is not a replacement for air conditioning. And one of the reasons why I'm going a little bit more detailed than I do in my usual videos is because, like me, like I said, there are a lot of people who have been disappointed in buying the air conditioner first. But I will be honest, this is my third cooler that we are buying in my lifetime. And the reason being is that this does not do a good job in the summertime, but apart from the summertime, if you take the winter season and the time where it's just somewhat hot, this does do a good job in keeping you cool. And electricity bill wise, this does not consume a lot of current. This is a good replacement for an air conditioner when it's just somewhat hot. Okay, so now that I've got that out of my system, let's go ahead and review the product. Like I said in the beginning, this is a massive unit. So, for example, if you have a 100 square foot room, this will take up a good portion of the room. It will take up as much as a cupboard, for example. Look wise, it does look modern, it does look clean, it's got a very, I'll say, a nice look for a cooler. And for the price range, I think it's decent. I won't say it's too expensive, I won't say it's too cheap, I'll say it's just alright. First, let's discuss about the knobs. As you can see, there's three knobs here. We have the power knob, it's the high, medium, and low setting. Then we have the water pump setting, on, off. And then we have the swing setting, off, on. After using this cooler for some months, when it comes to the knobs, it feels a little weird. The only reason I state that is because it feels like maybe I should grease it or something, or it feels like it's almost going to break. So I have to be a little careful with it. I feel the stem of the knob is quite small. Then here we have the ice tray or the ice holder. I've actually, to be honest, I've never used this at all. I've just used the water function because I don't see the point, and it's never been that hot that I've had to use the AC. If it has always been that hot, I've just put on the AC. Then we have the cardboards where the water will flow, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not. The cardboard is actually quite dirty from the dog fur that I have in my house. I have multiple dogs, and it seems that the fur keeps getting stuck to the cardboard. And I've also attached a video at the end showing that you can use a vacuum cleaner to clean the cardboard. Here we have the side cardboard, we have the back, and then we have the left side one. And also these seem to be detachable, but I haven't removed them and cleaned them out. I'm a little afraid of removing them because from what I had the other cooler, the cardboard is actually very delicate, so you have to be careful with it. If you want to clean it, imagine you're trying to clean paper. You have to be so delicate while cleaning it. I have a water pipe nozzle here, or I should say I had a water pipe nozzle here after my dog had bitten it. And as I stated before, the cooler is huge, so it does come with a huge fan. And from what I can see, the motor also is quite big, and it does go really fast. They do not state how fast it goes on the Amazon app. I haven't done much research, but from what I could tell, a normal ceiling fan goes about to 350 to 400 to 450 maybe RPMs. That's rotation per minute. From what I can tell, this easily goes up to 800 RPM at least. And in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the sound comparison so you can at least imagine how fast the fan is. Okay, I'm going to put on a normal ceiling fan. Okay, and now we are going to test the three settings of the cooler. I'm going to start with the lower setting first, and then I'm going to move upwards. By the way, I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but the fan noise is really loud. Like, say for example, if you're watching something, you will have to increase that sound volume because the breeze sound will clearly distort whatever's coming through your ears. One of the points that they do make on the advertisement, they do state that the air conditioner has a 90 feet blow radius. So what I'm going to show is some example of some pieces of paper on the floor, and the last bit of paper is at the end of the room, and from the first paper to the last paper is about 15 feet at least. So I'm going to put on the cooler at the lowest setting, and I'm going to raise it up to see how far the wind blows. You could clearly see on the video that even on the highest setting, and I was adjusting the fan angle as the wind was blowing, you could see that anything maybe at least, we could say about 6 to 10 feet was getting nice air. But once I was going towards the end, you could see that some of the papers were moving slightly, but not too much. While it might be true that the air conditioner has a wide blow radius, it does not seem to have a distance blow radius. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but we do have a water tank that can hold about, as the advertised, 65 liters. I've not tested it. I've not seen how much of what it actually does hold, but I have filled it up till the level marker. I'm not sure if you know how much 65 liters is, guys, but it's actually quite a lot of water, and to fill it up it does take some time, and I've seen the water get used in 1 day's time, in the hottest days. You can, because of the wheels at the bottom, it does has a nice support. You can move it around when it's full of water. If you are a little bit on the weaker, smaller side, you will have a little bit more difficulty. You cannot carry it when there's water inside. It's full of water. It may be quarter, 10%, you will be able to carry it. The whole AC cooler unit by itself is quite light, but once you add in the water, it starts to get heavy. And I'm not sure why, but there's no outlet for the water. There's no outlet to drain the water in the visible space. One day I had to move the cooler from one place to another place, and I had to drain out the water, but since I couldn't find the drain valve, I literally had to turn the cooler on its back, and I had to use this function right here to drain out the water. I laid down the cooler flat and let the water drain out. I'm not sure if it was just a mistake on my cooler or it's a design flaw that goes on all the coolers, but it doesn't make sense. Why can't we drain the water? My recommendation, guys, if you do want a cooler and if you're looking at this specific model, I'll say go ahead and get it. It does keep me somewhat cool when I sleep. It has a good airflow because of the huge fan and the way it collects air inside. But if you live in a flat, smaller place, think twice. This is more like for your hall. If you put in your bedroom, maybe if you have stuff already there, this will take up some space. You'll need to keep moving it around. So you'll have to think about the practicality of owning such a big cooler. And also, I cannot keep saying this, but I'm going to keep saying this. This is not a replacement for an air conditioner at all. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.